Hey guys, it's me, Miss Norris, and today I'd like to share a fun read aloud with you of the story A Pocket for Corduroy. A Pocket for Corduroy was written in 1978 by Don Freeman, and it tells the story of one of my favorite little bears, Corduroy, and his need for a pocket. If you're ready to hear the story of why Corduroy, a stuffed bear, might need a pocket, I'm ready to share it with you. Here we go. A Pocket for Corduroy. Late one summer afternoon, Lisa and her mother took their laundry to the laundromat. Lisa carried along her toy bear, Corduroy. So it's time to get the laundry done, and Lisa and her mother are going to Pandro's Laundry to get the laundry done. The laundromat was a very busy place at this hour. "Now, Corduroy, you sit right here and wait for me," Lisa said. "I'm going to help with our wash." So you can see that the laundromat is very busy. There's a lot of people and a lot of stuff going on. And Lisa says, "You stay right here so that I can help Mama with the wash." Corduroy waited patiently. Then he suddenly perked up his ears. Lisa's mother was saying, "Be sure to take everything out of your pockets, Lisa dear. You don't want your precious things to get all wet and soapy." So Corduroy is waiting patiently, and Lisa's mother tells her to make sure to take everything out of the pockets because you don't want your things to get washed, because sometimes that'll ruin your things. "Pockets?" said Corduroy to himself. "I don't have a pocket." He slid off the chair. "I must go find something to make a pocket out of," he said, and he began to look around. So Lisa's mother mentioning to take the stuff out of your pockets made Corduroy realize he didn't have a pocket. So he's going to go find something so he can make a pocket. Uh-oh, Lisa said to wait right there. First, he came to a pile of fancy towels and washcloths, but nothing was the right size or color. Then he saw a huge stack of colorful clothes in a laundry bag. "There ought to be something in there to make a pocket out of," he said. So he's looking around. He sees all these nice napkins and blankets, and he thinks that might work, but they're all too big and not the right color. And then he sees this bag of colorful laundry, and he says, "For sure there's going to be something in there that'll work for a pocket for me." Without hesitating, he climbed inside the bag, which was filled with pieces of wet laundry. The dampness didn't bother Corduroy in the least. "This must be a cave," he said. "I've always wanted to live in a dark and cool cave." Later, when Lisa looked for her bear, he was gone. "Oh, Mommy," she cried, "Corduroy isn't here where I left him." "I'm sorry, honey," said her mother, "but the laundromat will be closing soon and we must be getting home." So Corduroy is off on an adventure to find a pocket, and when he crawls in with some wet laundry, he says, "Oh, wow, this must be a cave. I've always kind of wanted to explore a cave." And in the meantime, Lisa can't find her friend, and her mom says, "It's time to get home. The laundromat's going to close." Lisa did not want to leave without Corduroy, but her mother insisted. "You can come back tomorrow," she said. "I'm sure you'll find him." As they left, a young man wearing an artist's beret was taking his wet laundry out of a bag. The very bag Corduroy had discovered. Before he knew it, Corduroy was being tossed together with all the sheets, shirts, shorts, and slacks. So Lisa's mom says, we have to go, but you can come back tomorrow. And in the meantime, just behind her, Corduroy is in this bag, getting ready to go into this dryer. And he's getting mixed up with all the sheets and shirts and shorts and pants, all inside the dryer. But just as the artist was shutting the glass door, Corduroy tumbled out onto the floor. How in thunder did that bear ever get mixed up with all my things? The artist wondered. Poor Corduroy was damp all over. The least I can do for him is give his overalls a good drying, said the man, and he unbuttoned Corduroy's shoulder straps and put his overalls in the dryer. So this artist sees Corduroy fall out of his laundry just as he's about to shut the door, and he has no idea how it's gotten there, but he's a good guy and he says, the least I can do is dry his overalls. And so he took Corduroy's overalls and is putting them in the dryer to get undamp or dry. Corduroy grew dizzy as he watched the clothes spinning around, but the artist became inspired. This would make a wonderful painting, he said, as he took a sketch pad out of his pocket and began drawing the swirling colors. I can hardly wait to get back to my studio. Finally, the dryer stopped whirling and the man gathered up the clothes. Then he helped Corduroy put on his warm, dry overalls. All at once, the manager of the laundromat called, "Closing time! Everybody out!" So the spinning dryer made Corduroy feel very dizzy, but it made the artist want to draw it. And he sat down and he drew what he was seeing, and he said, I can't wait to get back to the studio. Then he put the overalls back on Corduroy just as he heard the manager of the laundromat say, it's time to go. Everybody out. Corduroy was gently placed on top of a washing machine. I wonder who that bear belongs to, said the artist as he was leaving. He should have his name someplace. He's too fine of a fella to be lost. As soon as the lights were turned off, Corduroy began his search again. He was surprised to see something white glowing in the dark. Maybe it's snow, he said. I've always wanted to play in the snow. So the artist puts Corduroy all dressed in his clothes on top of a washer. And now that it's closed, Corduroy sees something that looks like it's glowing in the dark. I can tell you that it says Swan Flakes soap chips. But Corduroy, he thinks this is snow. And he's always wanted to play in the snow. Who can blame him? Playing in the snow is fun. He accidentally tipped over the open-lidded box, and suddenly he was covered with soft, slippery soap flakes. Gradually, Corduroy began to slip and slide. Oh, what fun, he said with a smile. I've always wanted to ski down a steep mountainside. So the soap spilled, and it did become kind of slippery. And Corduroy slid, and he felt like he was skiing, which is something he always wanted to do. He's always wanted to go skiing. He landed paws first in an empty laundry basket. This must be a cage, he said, peeking through the bars. I've never wanted to live inside a cage like a bear in the zoo. But by now, Corduroy felt drowsy, and soon he nodded off to sleep. So he landed in a laundry basket, but to Corduroy it looked more like a cage. And he never wanted to be like the bears at the zoo. But he was very sleepy and he fell asleep in the laundry basket or the cage. I hope he doesn't have bad dreams. Next morning, when the manager came to open the laundromat, there was Lisa waiting. I left something here yesterday, she explained. May I look around? Certainly, said the manager. My customers are always leaving things. Lisa was searching under the chairs and in the back of the washing machines when she heard the manager call her. Is this what you're looking for, señorita? So Lisa and her mother went back to Pandro's laundromat first thing in the morning, and Pandro said, yeah, come on in. People are always leaving stuff here. And while Lisa was looking, Pandro found Corduroy in his laundry basket still and asked Lisa if that's what she was looking for. Most definitely. Ooh. Yes, he's my best friend, shouted Lisa. She reached in and picked Corduroy out of the basket. So this is where you've been, you little rascal, she said. It's time I took you home. Lisa thanked the manager and ran down the street, holding Corduroy tightly in her arms. I thought I told you to wait for me, she said. Why did you wander away? I went looking for a pocket, Corduroy said. Oh, Corduroy, why didn't you tell me you wanted a pocket? Asked Lisa. So the manager was right. This was what Lisa was looking for. It is her very best friend, Corduroy. And after they leave, Lisa is talking to Corduroy about why I told you to stay put and why did you go somewhere? And this could have been very dangerous and someone else could have taken you and it was very scary. And he said, I just needed a pocket. She said, why didn't you tell me? That very morning, Lisa sewed a pocket on Corduroy's overalls. And here's a card I've made with your name on it for you to keep tucked inside, she said. I've always wanted a purple pocket with my name tucked inside, said Corduroy, and he and Lisa nuzzled noses. The end. Oh, look at that. So he has a little purple pocket. She has a little card to put in the pocket that says Corduroy, and they nuzzle noses to say, I love you. The end. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the story, A Pocket for Corduroy, please hit that thumbs up button at the bottom of the page. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot to me. If you're not a subscriber yet, please click that subscribe button down there at the bottom of the page. And don't forget to click the bell so that you're notified when there's new content. I hope to see you all again real soon. Bye-bye.